Hello. So it's 11:30 and I said that I would go live today. If I seem a bit out of sorts, I've actually got an ear infection that is driving me insane, and I am currently fighting off what feels like a cold is starting, so you will have to forgive me. Just waiting to see if anybody will actually pop in. I know for a lot of you over in the States and stuff, it's really early, so thank you so much for deciding to be here. Hey guys, it's amazing to have you. I just want to say thank you so much, for popping in, for being here, for all of your continued support of Radiant Reality. It really is my blessing. Like, I know, like, hi from New Zealand at 10:30 p.m. in New Zealand, so some of you are staying up late for me, others of you are, getting up early for me, and it means everything. I cannot express to you enough. Like, I know all of you post comments and you all say, like, thank you so much for, all the content you provide and stuff, but the truth of the matter is, without you guys, it wouldn't matter what I created. I do it out of love because I absolutely love it, but it's you guys that truly make it special, and all of your support and your kindness and your comments, your likes, your shares, subscription, all of it really does mean so much. So today is one of those impromptus as well. I thought I would give a little bit of fair warning this time, because I know a lot of people were really disappointed that they missed it last time. So I have a little prezi for you guys today. I've got a full Rider-Waite deck. I've got a separated Major Arcana of Fluellen deck, and I've got the Luminous Spirit separated Major Arcana as well. So we'll label them decks 1, 2 and 3, and if you want to post a question, I'd want you to put either 1, 2 or 3 so that you can so that I know which deck you want me to use, and then your question. So any question that you want answered or you want me to have a look at, these are totally free. They're just these are little things for you guys to say thank you so much for everything that you do, and there will be another little something as well a little bit later on. So yeah, if you want a question, I need you to put the deck number 1, 2 or 3, and I need you to put your question. So 3, message from spirit. Okay, let's have a look. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, message from spirit for Little Miss. Ooh, that one seems to want to pop out. You get the Death card. So something is coming to a close, something is coming to an end, something is making itself, or rather, should I say, it's making an exit from your life. Now, when you get the Death card, it doesn't necessarily mean death. What it usually means is about transformation. Something is about to change, something is about to evolve. And the reason it has to evolve is because everything has its season. By releasing something or letting something go, you lay the foundations for something brand new to come forward. And the beauty of the Death card, especially in this deck, if you look at it, it's actually the figure of death cradling a baby, and that kind of is literally that. It's that motif that's kind of saying that something has to die in order for something else to be born. This card's ruled by Scorpio, so it's got a very phoenix rising from the ashes feel to it, which is quite relevant as well when you think about the astrology. So Stephen, when will my life restart after a complete emotional and financial collapse? You wanted deck 1. So let's have a look at the energy for Stephen and see what comes up. I'm really sorry to hear that, and I really hope that you manage to get yourself to a positive space, but more importantly, I hope you manage to get yourself to a healing space. Ultimately that's what comes first. You've got to heal first from that kind of experience. So you get the Caveman. So Stephen, you get the King of Swords. This would be an air sign male usually, so a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarian. But the King of Swords himself represents somebody that is very learned, somebody that's very wise. This is about somebody that really knows how to learn their lessons. This is about you taking away the highest from it. So this card represents your mind, and it also represents your intelligence. The things that you have experienced have been a battle. That's why he's got his sword. But the sword isn't just about meting out justice. It's actually about using the mind. It's about using the intellect to create something better from what is. I could definitely say to you as well, going forward from here, you will start to understand how all of this has served to make you not a master, but it serves to make you somebody that people are going to look at and say, wow, you know what, after everything you've been through, how you're able to continue or how you're able to rise from it is truly amazing. You know, you give your mind a break as well when you see this, because it's a very intellectual sort of card. Deck 1, will my music career ever be successful? Okay, let's have a look. You get the Page of Swords. Okay, I've got to be honest with you. Yes, you have a chance for success, but when you get the Page of Swords, you've got to stop talking about it. Stephen, it's my absolute pleasure. In terms of the music industry, music career question, you've got to stop talking about it. You've got to you've got to get out of here and get out into the world and start doing more of it. And when you come up against naysayers or people that are telling you not to do it, don't battle with them. This is kind of saying that don't waste that energy. That, you know, if you waste energy defending your path, it's a waste of energy, literally. And you could be diverting that energy that you're wasting, you know, defending your path and stuff with other people. You could be diverting that energy into creating something, you know, and that's what this is kind of saying to me, especially with the Page of Swords, because it seems you come under fire from quite a lot of people saying, oh, you know, maybe they're naysayers, or maybe they're people that are saying, oh, you know, go and get a real job or whatever. My advice to you is don't get into it with them. Divert that energy that you would spend arguing with them towards your art. Thank you so much, Jan. It's lovely to be live. I know I don't do them often enough. I think from here on in, with everything that's happening, I'm probably going to try it and do at least sort of one a month. If I set like a specific date, that way everybody knows, you know. So if I say like maybe, oh, excuse me, the third Sunday of the month. Ow. I got an ear infection at the moment, so I'm suffering a bit. Any deck, do I have a message from Spirit for Caroline? Okay, so let's have a look at what the energy is for Caroline. It's quite an open one, so let's have a look. And what you get is the Hermit card. So this is a time for you, Caroline, this is a time for you to withdraw at the moment. This is a time for you to stop having, or rather stop letting outside stimulus dictate or control everything around you. This is a time for you to withdraw from that, to remove yourself from certain situations. This card has links to Virgo. So this, and it's also the number 9, which is about completion. So for me, this is about taking what's been or what's happened and being in a space where you can recoup. This is about, you'll stick to your diary. Awesome. Yeah, this is about you taking yourself out of a specific situation. And the reason I feel you're doing that is because there's been so much outside influence that now, in order for you to recoup and, you know, to rest and recoup, you're really going to have to remove certain people. I kind of get the feeling as well, there's quite a few people that are sick around you. And I kind of get the feeling that it's almost like it's rubbing off, like this, it's not you personally, but you deal with a lot of people that have ailments, you deal with a lot of people that have sort of sickness around them or in them, and it's kind of like you need to get some distance from that to rest and recharge your batteries. Thank you, Mandy, so much. Ear infection is downloads and the subconscious ATM honey, the energy is... Yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that, because there's been a lot of really deep thought happening, and I've been asking, what do you want me to hear? And the ears in particular are linked to your throat chakra. So that's kind of, you know, in a way I'm asking myself, what do I need to... Caroline, it's my pleasure. What do I need to know? what do I, you know, what am I not saying, or sometimes actually as well, what am I not hearing? Amy G, surprise me, my Aquarian brother. Okay, let's have a look. So, you get the Two of Cups. This is stunning. The Two of Cups is a beautiful card because it represents the ability to move into a space of true love. It represents the ability to move towards a relationship that becomes something truly special in your life. This actually says to me that very much at the moment, you're really open to what actually could come your way. You're really open to the experiences of love, to the experiences of deep and beneficial emotions. Like, you're really open to this at the moment. And the Two of Cups says you're happy to commit at the moment, you know, whether it's to a person, whether it's to a situation. Like, you are ready to pour your heart space energy into anything and everything that crosses your path, which is beautiful. It really is. I think one of the words of advice that I want to give you is, because we've got Venus just gone into shadow, anything or anyone that does pop up in this time and space, really listen to your emotions, but more importantly than that, listen to your gut, just to make sure that they are actually legit. And the reason I say that is because with this card, it kind of says that you are open to all of it. You are open, and you know, that heart energy is buzzing outwards from you. It's a really powerful place to be, but it's also it can attract energy vampires or psychic vampires, if you like. So just use this energy wisely, and if you've got a project, now is definitely the time for you to pour your heart and soul into it. Deck 1, I am ready for love. Will I meet my true love this year? Gelda, let's have a look. The Eight of Cups, interesting, because I kind of remember a similar question the last time we did a live read, and I think if you didn't get this exact same card, you got one that was very, very similar. This is, in a way, it's actually good, because it means that you've moved away from a disappointment. You have actually moved away from it. You've made the distance. You've separated yourself from something that has created an emotional imbalance for you, and you've walked away from it. Now, the 8 is all about material gain. It's all about material success. But it's the 8 of Cups. So this is about the materials of your emotions. And what that kind of says to me is, at the moment, you're focusing too much on it's kind of like, well, I've done my work, I've done this, I've done that. You need to get out there. You need to focus more out there. So this now is very much about, you know, like I said, you've made the journey away from it. You've let something go. You've addressed the emotional imbalance that's taken place due to a specific event or a certain person, but you need to get out there. I kind of feel like you're waiting for it to happen. This isn't an it's gonna find you energy card. It's a you've got to get out there and get it card. You know, if you feel to, go speed dating. And if you are open to meeting somebody new, especially with the 8 of Cups, because 8 is the material world, you've got to be out there doing things out in the environment. You know, anything that you can do with your hands, anything that you can get actively involved in, you know, that involves, you know, it could even be around a body of water. So swimming, all kinds of bits and bobs like that. So deck 1, I've met a Leo, I'm a Taurus. Is the connection mutual? Nikki. Okay, let's have a look, see. The Hermit card. The Hermit card sees you being alone. I think the connection is mutual, but what I worry about here is one of you are still hung up on where you've been. Because the Hermit card sees you withdrawing, it sees you choosing to be alone. One of you is not ready to open up fully. The connection is mutual, but I think both of you, and not both of you, I think yourself, you're putting too much on it at this point. I think it needs to be a bit more open, because the Hermit card is about withdrawal, but it's also about searching. It's about going in, you know, and looking deep. I would say maybe loosen your grip. Samantha, can you type your question again, please? Deck 1, a message for my present work. Okay, let's have a look. Ten of Pentacles, current work. Yeah, I get that, Nikki. And by searching within yourself, you will find it. So, you know, whoever asked for deck 1 about their work, you get the Ten of Pentacles. This is a brilliant card for work because it means that whatever you've started or the way that you've gone on, it really starts to take traction, and it really starts to become something, especially with the Mars direct as well, you know, and especially with the Saturn that's gone direct as well. This means that things are really going to start to move for you, but it also tells me that this is going to be about abundance. You might be starting, I kind of get the words that I'm hearing are on the bottom rung. You might be starting on the bottom rung, but you give it time and patience. If you stick to it and you persevere, you will create something truly spectacular. And it will be something so abundant, like, you know, quick succession of promotions, that kind of thing. Stick with it. You must stick with it. Amy Randall. Okay, the Luminous Spirit. Amy Randall. Let's have a look. The Lovers card, look at that, that's quite interesting. I kind of feel like the reason you've left it open is because you really wanted to know something about love. And you know, rather than put anything on it, you wanted it left open. The fact that you get the Lovers card means that you've already made your choice, and it also means that the other party in this situation or your relationship has made their choice. A deepening of a bond is about to really take place for you, Amy. And I think something really amazing is going to happen. And I kind of feel like the words that I'm hearing is you are on each other's wavelength. You truly get each other. You truly, it's almost like at some points going forward, you might not even need to speak. You know, you'll just be in each other's minds. And that's a really beautiful thing to see when it comes to relationships. So the Lovers, Amy Randall. Samantha, who comes up in green, can you please send me your deck 1 question again, please? Because deck 1, Raf, lost and need guidance. Okay, Sam Denton Giles. I remember you, lady. I remember you. All right, let's have a look. Let's see what pops up. So, Samantha Denton Giles, what you need to focus on at the moment, when you get the Queen of Swords, air sign female, Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. But the thing about the air sign female is this is somebody older, usually that gives us all stick and less play. And I say this because it's kind of like the feeling that I get from it is it's like somebody is kind of really bashing you, somebody's really berating you, and it looks like an older female. The thing about this person is while their mind and their tongue are razor sharp, they will always let you have it and let you have it, you know, honestly and openly. The thing about this person though is they are always ultimately fair. Sam, I would say this to you, if there is somebody older than you that is giving you a hard time, I want you to turn to them the next time they're going at you and ask them what they actually mean. It's one thing to have a go at someone because they're not doing something right. It's another thing to explain to them what it is you think that they need to hear. So I really think, Sam, at the moment, you need to, it's kind of like, 1, you need to make a definite decision. And 2, you need to ask this person why they're giving you such a hard time. Is it about their feelings or is it about something that they genuinely know within themselves? I really hope that helps. Also, yeah, you got to, I would say, stick to your guns. Jan Wallace, deck 3, the Luminous Spirit. Let's have a look. I love this deck. It's really beautiful. You get the Strength card. Beautiful. So when we get Strength, this is about our inner courage. It's about our heart. Sam, you're more than welcome. It's my pleasure. When you get the Strength card, it's about your inner strength, your inner courage and your passion. So Jan, you're being asked, what is your passion? What is your desire at the moment? And more importantly, where do you need to demonstrate your strength? Where is it that you need to, and I'm hearing the words, where is it that you need to suck it up and deal with what is at hand? When you get this card, it's about your strength, it's about your courage, it's about your passion, it's about your heart. So Jan, what is it that you know, where is it in your life that you need to just go for it and deal with what needs to be dealt with at this moment in time? Neutrina for future love, any deck. I reached intuitively for deck 1, so let's have a look. The Six of Wands, beautiful card. It's success, it's victory, it's coming home. So Neutrina, in terms of love, when you are when you're invited to something, you'll be invited to a celebration over the next, I want to say 6 days, 6 to 8 days. Within the next 6 to 8 days, you will get an invitation to something. You really need to go ahead to go to this invitation. And the reason being is because the chances are you might find somebody there. I've got to say to you though, Neutrina, this person that you're going to come into contact with will probably be a water sign male. Even though Wands represents fire, what I feel is that this is going to be he's going to be a water sign male, and he'll be very soft compared to the guys that you usually go to. The person that is drawn to you or attracted to you will be quite soft. And my advice to you is, if you find this person attractive, because what could happen between you is actually really quite awesome with this card, but it's going to require you to soften some of your approaches to things. Pull a card for me. Neha, can you send me your question again, please? It's just disappeared. Sally, career question, career deck. Career deck 2. Sally, career. Let's have a look. You get the Temperance card. Sally, you've got to give it a bit more time. One of the things about the Temperance card is, yes, it represents alchemy. Yes, it represents things that are changing, things that are moving and evolving. But it also talks about patience. The quality of temperance is that of patience. And one of the things about alchemy as well, I don't know if any of you have studied alchemy or you know what it is, part of the process of alchemy is turning base metals into gold, absolutely. But it's your observation. So as you're observing this base metal transformation into gold, what is actually taking place at the time is a change within your mind, and a change within yourself is taking place. So this is saying, Sally, you've got to give it more time, you've got to give it more patience. I know you feel like you're kind of, the feeling that I get is it's like you're ready to walk. It's like, you know what, I'm kind of done with this now. I kind of feel like but there is a breakthrough on the horizon. Just stick with it, because there's something coming on the other side of it. You know, don't walk just yet. Neutrina! Yes! Yes! Okay, Amy Bowles, deck 2, what do you need to know? And you're a Libra. Okay, so Amy Bowles, what do you need to know? You get the Hierophant card. What you need to know is that things are about to get more official. Things are about to, because when you see the Hierophant card, this is about interacting with governing bodies. It's about things taking a step out of the conceptual and becoming something established. So what you need to know is, at the moment, 2 things. One, be in touch with your spirituality. Understand what it is that you're truly trying to create in the real world. You know, it's not just about the material. This card very often asks you to get in touch with your spiritual aspect. What is it that you really want to bring into the world? And 2, it's asking you, well, you're basically going through the process of initiation at the moment. You are evolving, you're taking a step towards something else, towards something new. And it's going to require you to really play by the rules. Let's have a look. How best to put my emotions into words? Okay, let's have a look. It's quite a broad, open subject, so let's have a look. Okay. Look at that. Well, you saw me shuffle them, so that's pretty amazing. Well, you get the Six of Wands as well. What you need to do is start to live your celebration. To put your emotions into words, you need to start to live your celebrations and live your celebration. What do I mean by that? If there is someone, as I suspect there is, or something that you it's almost like you want to say the words that's going to make this person stay, or you want to say the words that is going to make this thing, you know, stick around. Excuse me. You don't need to do that. You don't need to say anything. You need to demonstrate it. Sometimes, you know, it's a hand on the face. Sometimes it's a, you know, I bought you this because it reminded me of you. And it's not about buying people things. What I'm saying is, I've had somebody buy me something that was like the smallest little trinket, and I'll tell you, my heart glowed because of it. And it wasn't because they bought me something. It was because I can't even remember who it was that bought it for me, but I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, you know what, no matter how small it is, that little thing reminded me so much of me. And I thought, wow, you've really thought about who I am. You need to demonstrate your actions. You need to show somebody what you feel, or how you feel. Yeah, I get really into things. I'm so expressive. Sorry, I actually, yeah. And this ear infection is driving me nuts. Tammy Priest, are you on track? Let's have a look at the luminous spirit and see what that's got to say. You get the Hermit card. So you are on track, but there are deeper processes going on at the moment, Tammy. When you get the Hermit card, this is about finding enlightenment within. You are on the path, but the thing about the Hermit card is it's quite a gloomy sort of experience. So it's just like you walking and trawling within yourself, like, and going through this sort of journey, and you're thinking, oh, you know, is there even any fucking light at the tunnel? There absolutely is, and the changes are occurring. It's just that you've got your nose so close to the grindstone of trying to discover, am I on track, that you don't realize you're actually totally on track. You're heading in the right direction for your life path. Sorry guys, you're going to have to condense the questions. I need you to put a deck number and a question. Dusty, deck 3. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Dusty, you get the Star card. I love this one, especially in this deck, because it's just so beautiful. It's so bright, so optimistic. And, you know, the Star card is about opportunity. It's also about, you know, because it represents the sign of Aquarius. This, to me, it's almost like the world is now shaping up to bring you what it is that you want and what you need. You're about to, if you haven't already, you're about to have a glimpse into your own future to really understand where things can go, how they can shape up for you. I kind of feel like you've already put a lot of work in 2 or 3 areas of your life, and you're just kind of like sitting back now, like, okay, well, I've done my bit, I've done all I can, and you're just waiting for these things to come into fruition. One of them I feel is like really practical, like your garden. I kind of feel like you've planted some things and you're literally just waiting for them to flourish. And the other 2 things are things to do with your life path. The Star card is stunning. It's a really stunning card. I love this card because it represents Aquarius, just like me, but it's also a big glimpse into your future to understand how things shape up. Charmaine, the decks are 1, 2 and 3. So the decks are 1, 2 and 3. I've got a full deck of Rider-Waite cards. I have a separated of the Fluellen deck, and I have a separated of the Luminous Spirit. So Lulu, deck 1, will I find love soon? Okay, let's have a look. You get the Emperor card. Lulu, not only do you find love soon, but you also find somebody that you're going to end up marrying. This is really interesting. Now, when we say soon, we talk about relative soon, because this card represents the sign of Aries. So it actually, in terms of its time sequence, what it would talk about would be March next year. Yes, you are going to meet somebody, but this isn't going to be like a passing flimsy or a boyfriend or, you know, somebody like that. It's going to be somebody that ends up becoming a life partner. So choose wisely. Charms, let's have a look. Deck 1. So I'm going to do this one card and then I'm going to waffle on at you for some time. Shams, you get the Six of Swords. Now it's interesting because we've done a reading for you and we know that you've had the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about moving away from a difficult period of life and stepping on and into better things. It means that you're traveling towards lighter and brighter things. I've got to tell you though, sweetheart, it's going to be at least another 6 months yet. We are not home clear. We are not in the clear as yet. You've got another 6 months of trawling through some stuff, but we're going to get you through it. All right. Trust the process, because once you emerge from it, brilliant, amazing things are going to happen. Okay. So I am so truly honored and excited to share with you. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm not doing any more questions for a moment, because I've got to tell you that if you go over to www.radiantreality.com, my website is up there and out there for all of your viewing pleasure. I know it has taken forever. I'm getting emotional because it's been a really long time coming. I know it has been the longest time coming, and thank you so much for all of your support, for all of your patience, for every single one of you that, no matter how unprofessional it was for us to send email after email to each other, you stuck with it, you trusted me, you sat with me at your proverbial table, whether it was via Skype, whether it was via, you know, my actual table for those of you that come to me in person. It's amazing to know that you can come and view my work. You can read my blog spot. I've put up, there is a Venus retrograde special on there. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you love it. I love it as well. I've got to give a massive shout out to my boy Federico. You are a gem, and your support and your coaching to get the website off the ground. I just can't. Thank you so much, Shams. I'm literally, you can see, this has been a long time coming. It's been a long time in the making. So, just a little word about it. Basically, the way that it works is you pick your service, and you will go on there and you will schedule your own appointment. So we will never miss another one. You can pick a time that works for you. The only thing to remember, guys, for those of you that are further abroad, or you know what I mean, all times are in UK GMT. And I think it actually says that on there, but I just, you know, you guys all stuck with me. And like I said, no matter how unprofessional or frantic it got with all of the emails back and forth and all of the, you know, time zone issues and stuff, you stuck with me, you trusted me, you came and you sat at my table and you told me all of your, you know, once we'd done the readings, you told me all of the things that mattered most to you, and you allowed me to share in each one of your individual journeys and the paths that you're taking ahead. And for that, I am truly amazed and grateful, because it means the world. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for all of your congratulations. Thank you for all of your time, your patience, for all of your love, your support, your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. Now you have a place where you can view other bits of my work. I've got so many other blog posts to come as well, besides the three or four that are up there at the moment. But this is a truly awesome day for Radiant Reality. It's a truly awesome day for me. You know, I literally just I'm so chuffed. So thank you so much for everything. So with that said, I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm grinning like an idiot, but it's been such a long time, you know, and I envisioned this moment so many times, and I was like, you know, do I just announce that it's up there and out there? But I thought no, because I want to give something back to you guys. It's all of you that have made this possible, and it's because of all of you that I do this. trusty little neck pillow there. Take a little moment to bask in the glory. Sorry, I know I'm such a goof, but enough about me. Thank you so much, Arabella. You know, I know some of you have been with me like literally from the days of Astrolada, which is, you know, amazing and beautiful, and it makes me so proud to see the journey that we've been on together, you know. Thank you so much, Sam. So, enough about me and the excitement and all the rest of it. Let's get back to you guys. What are your questions? Yeah, Roz, I know you've been with me from the days of Astrolada, because I remember you sending me, I think it was an email or a comment, and you were like, where have you been? I'm so glad you've got your own channel. And I was like, oh, awesome. Gretchen, deck 1, is your connection with a Gemini going to go forward? Let's have a look. I feel like so energized now. It's crazy because like, but when I started, I was like, oh, my ear and my throat and whatever. And now I'm just like, ah. Yes, but you've got to expand your vision. So this connection between you and a Gemini is brilliant. You've got to give it time. And also you need to get yourself out there. Yes, absolutely. I remember you, Roz. So this connection with the Gemini, it does go forward and it's going to expand. It's going to become something awesome. It looks like the pair of you as well. You share maybe a hobby or something that could actually become something quite lucrative for you. So really think about that. Charms, I love you and I'll see you soon. Yeah, this connection between you and a Gemini, there's something that you share that could really become something quite special between you, you know, and it could be quite lucrative, but it definitely says to me that you've got, yeah, it's definitely going to be fruitful. I'll say that much. Terry, is a job coming for me soon? Guys, when you're asking your questions, please, I need a deck number because I've got 3 here. Arabella, is my singing career going to come soon? Let's have a look. Deck 1. Ooh, Arabella, you need to watch your health at the moment. I kind of feel like you are pushing and pushing and pushing. And when you get the Tower card, it means that you're about to have some kind of some sort of wipe out. If you are pushing too hard, my advice to you would be to protect your voice at the moment, to look after your throat. You know, look into ways that you can preserve your vocals. Because when you get the Tower card, it means that a crash is coming. So look after your health. Ah, Gretchen, that's who it was for. Absolutely my pleasure. Evie, what's next for your business? Deck 3. So Evie, what's next for your business? Deck 3. And what's next for your business is the Sun card. Like, really, could you ask for any more than that? The next thing for your business is to accept all of the good that is coming to you, to accept all of the blessings that are going to shape up for you. When you get the Sun card, this is light, it's optimism, it's joy, it's happiness, it's abundance, it's the gifts of the gods, let's say. Your business is going to flourish, it's going to thrive. It really is. Just go with it and enjoy it. And more importantly, when good things start to happen, yeah, what I've got to say to you, when good things start to happen, you need to check yourself when you say, oh, what's going to happen now? I kind of get this feeling that because you're used to things kind of constantly going off the rails or whatever, you've gotten really used to that experience. And it's like now you're having this moment where it's like, oh, good things are happening for me, but oh, I bet something bad's going to happen now. Stamp that thinking out, because the Sun card is blessings. Okay, so deck 3, anyone new in your life? Let's have a look. Anything new in your life, not anyone, sorry. So, deck 3, anything new in your life? The Hierophant. Interesting, because it looks to me like you've just come out of a battle. Because the Hierophant is about, like I always say, it's about governing bodies, it's about, you know, it's about the rules, it's about the establishment, it's about the things that govern the real world. and you say, is anything new in your life? What I can tell you is that the battle is over. The battle is ended. It might not necessarily be as expected, but it's come to a close. So while there might not necessarily be anything new shaping up, what you can be 100% sure of is that it's come to a close, and the battle is over. Please can you check my finances for deck 2? So lessons learned. Let's have a look. You got the world card. So lessons learned. The reason you are having this experience, or the reason that you've had this experience, is to really teach you about money, to teach you about finances, to teach you what it is that you've needed to know. And I kind of feel like in the last, because finance has been an issue for you for quite a while. There's been periods where it's been really good. There's been periods where it's been really awful. But what's really interesting about the world card, or this is the universe in this deck, but it's the world card in tarot. What it kind of says to me is that this is very much all of the stuff that you've experienced in terms of finance. Every time something has arisen, you've had to go off and learn something and think, oh, okay, so how am I going to make this work? How can I maximize what I'm getting out of that? It's actually made you a master of finance. So what I need you to do now is to really open your mind to the fact that everything it's been about elevating your financial status. You're about to, because the world card closes off one chapter and it brings a brand new one in. When you get this, it's kind of like saying everything that you've experienced in terms of finances up until now has basically been laying the foundations for you to get really smart, really savvy, and really understanding about what it means to be financially abundant, what it means to be financially free. You've done all the research, you've had all of the experiences that have shaped a stronger mindset. So what comes through now is the action. You got to put it into practice. It's not enough just to have all of this information and sit on it. You've now got to start putting it into practice. Deck 2, will I launch my business this year? Karen, let's have a look. You got to wait. This is not the time. Sorry, Karen, but you guys know me by now. I always tell you as I see it. The Hanged Man says hang back. It's about taking more time. You need to reassess some stuff. There's a few things probably in the fine print that you've probably, lessons learned, my pleasure. There's a few things that you might have overlooked. And I feel like it's like me with the website. You've put so much time and effort into this thing. Amy, you've put so much time and effort into this that it's like you're so invested in it, like everything, you poured everything, your heart, your soul, everything into it. And that's a really good thing and it's really beautiful. But when you get the Hanged Man card, it's saying hang on, hang in there. This is not the time. I would go probably more with January, like the end of January 31st to January 3rd, to February 3rd. Between that bracket feels more likely to me. If you wanted to go with an absolute time sequence, it would say wait until Pisces season. So Karen, this year is not the time to launch your business, according to the cards. Yes, I will. www.radiantreality.com. What? This is my little victory dance. Like, what? Okay. Mel S, will I have a... crap, sorry. This is the only thing with the questions. They disappear so quickly. Deck 1, will I ever find love that treats me right? Let's have a look. Thanks, Rach Punk. Okay, that one seemed to pop out. The Hermit Card. Yes, you will, but you're going to have to search yourself and search your soul before you find somebody that gives you that. I've got to say, it feels like in order for somebody else to treat you right, you're going to have to spend a little bit more time alone. It's like you haven't quite reached the point of understanding what it is that you truly desire from a partner, and therefore you're kind of still open to allowing people to treat you how they choose. There's a little more time spent on your own as yet, my love. There's a little ways to go. Will I have a healthy relationship with my son again after a bad divorce? Mel S. I'm drawn to this card, so Mel S. Roz, please retype your question so that I can get to that. Mel S. So the Hermit card is really active today. Really active. Like, that's the fifth time it's come up across all three decks. So what is the wider message here? So I'm going to come back to this, Mel, but I want to talk about this. The Hermit represents Virgo. We're currently in Virgo season. Virgo, we've got a Virgo new moon at the moment as well, which is really powerful. So we're in the sign of Virgo, we're in the time of Virgo. We've got a Virgo new moon that happened just yesterday. So we're in, and he's a Virgo. Look at that, that's amazing. So we're in this space now, all of us collectively, where we're getting really heightened in our awareness of what the details are. We're getting really heightened into an understanding of what it means for us to truly absorb information, but to take the best of what there is from what is available. And this kind of says to me, so because Virgo represents the digestive system in the physical body, right? And what does the digestive system do? It takes everything in and it separates the wheat from the chaff. It separates the nutrients from the crap, like literally. Right, that's what it does. So we're in Virgo season at the moment, and I see, think of it like this. You've got 3 signs per element, and each one of the signs represents an aspect of human life: mind, body, spirit. Yeah, so Capricorn, definitely the mind. Gosh, I've just completely lost my train of thought. Taurus represents the body, and then Virgo represents the spirit. So, because it's got that mutable energy about it, right? So this is about really going deep within ourselves to start pulling out what doesn't serve, to start really going deep in our lives and asking ourselves these questions. Is this suiting me? Does it work for me? Is it supporting me? Is it nourishing me? When you think about that as well, when you think about the high priestess, not the high priestess, the empress in the tarot, she represents the sign of Virgo. And this for me, especially when you get the Hermit card, this is about all of us in some way, shape or form, asking ourselves the deep question: what do I need to know, and what do I need to remove? What is nourishing my spirit and what is deadening my spirit? So self-loving as well. I love that, Eva. That's brilliant. So Mel, in terms of will you, the thing is, I already believe that he's making his way back to you, Mel. But he's going through a period at the moment where he is really making some deep excavations into himself. He's asking himself a lot of questions about the divorce. He's asking himself a lot of questions, you know, why did mum do this? Why did dad do that? What does that mean for me? The fact that half of both of them, and I'm feeling this really strongly. He's questioning himself and his life path in the respect of, if half of both of them are in me, and they treated each other so badly, what does that say about me? The divorce has left him with a lot of personal questions about himself and about his own life. And that's where the separation has come from. So he's doing the soul searching at the moment, and it looks like he will make his way back to you, but you've got to let him find it on his own. You can't force it. Sorry, that was like a massive tirade. But, you know, when I get deep, I get deep. You guys know me by now. Will I get financial justice from the dog attack that happened to me? Pisces. I need a deck number, please. Sherman, deck 2. Will my long distance relationship work out? Let's have a look. Okay, so will your long distance relationship work out? Yes, it absolutely will. Mel, my pleasure. So yes. Yes, your long distance relationship will work out. This actually is a card of a long distance relationship. What it tells me though is that in the longer term, it would be wise for the pair of you now to put in place an understanding or a decision to know that eventually you're going to have to come together, because this kind of sees you uniting with somebody. So yes, the long distance relationship works out, but you need to start laying roots now, so that you're both in understanding that sooner rather than later you will both be in the same place. Uh, 8-year long distance, deck 2. 8-year long distance, deck 2. Is it done? The strength card. I got to tell you, lady, or gent, sorry, because I'm not sure. It looks to me like you are gathering the courage to walk away. It looks to me like you've already made the decision in your heart of hearts, because the strength card represents Leo, which is all to do with your heart. In your heart of hearts, you've already made the decision to walk away. What you need now is to gather the strength and the courage to actually do the walk-in, to say it's done. Look at that as well. The strength card is number 8. And this kind of tells me that the cycle is complete, because 8 is the Ouroboros. So you guys have gone back and forth over the last 8 years. Let it go. It's time. And I know that's not all, you know, it's easy for me to say that on this side of it, but I've been there before, and it's hard unless it's, you know, really meant to work, and you're both. Roz, yes. Will my vision for my book and the money materialize soon? Roz, let's have a look. Deck 1. Okay, Roz and her book and the money materialization. Let's have a look. You got the Seven of Pentacles. So Roz, yes, it shapes up for you. Yes, it will materialize, but I got to tell you, lady, it's not going to be. I know you've put a lot of time and a lot of effort in already, but you've got to keep going, because it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to come anytime soon. What it kind of says to me is this is going to happen for you, but it's gonna be a little bit longer. You've got to dig in a little bit deeper. This card, though, yes, it speaks of material gains, but it speaks of material gains in the longer term. And I kind of feel as well, in terms of your book idea, it's going to be a slow burner. So like the release might, you know, it might be something that you put a lot of time and effort into. But I kind of feel like rather than just going bang and, you know, being a bestseller. Are you talking about me? You want me to shut up? Well, sorry, no, you're on my channel. So if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave. Roz. Sorry, I just had to get a bit serious there. So Roz, yes, it will take its time to build, but I kind of feel like this is going to be one of those books where it comes out and people start to discover it, and then it just builds and builds and builds. You know, and more people are like, oh my gosh, have you read this? Oh my God, have you read this? Like, it's going to build. It won't be like an overnight instant success, but it will be a success. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be one of them things, and a lot of people will just be like, oh my gosh, you know what, like this. Yeah, like, have you read this? Have you read this? It's going to be more word of mouth than it will be, you know, by anything else. Obviously, marketing as well will help, but I kind of feel like it will build. Sandra, deck 2, have a court case coming in September 12th. How will it go? Let's have a look. You get the judgment card. Isn't that interesting? Judgment, court case. I've got to say, I kind of feel like when the court case happens on the 12th, there's going to be one final, Roz, it's my pleasure. There's going to be one final piece of information that comes forward that's going to swing everything in your favour. And I've really got to say this to you. Do not sling mud. Don't get, you know, let things take the course that they have to take. And the reason I say that is because the judgment card is basically saying, you know what, take a moment, because there's going to be a final piece of information that comes forward that's really just going to click everything into place for everybody. Like, stick with it. Yeah, me too. Because the judgment card usually brings something that we thought was over, it brings it back into our life. But I feel like this is one piece of information that comes back for you. Evie, it's my pleasure. Aqua love. Deck 3, is it time to divorce? Let's have a look. That's quite a... All right, so what you have is the Chariot. It looks like it's going to shape up faster than you expect. It's going to be a bumpy ride of it between now and, I would say, July next year. There's going to be a lot of things that come up, and also you have to lessons learned. Right, so I need to address this just quickly before I continue on that. So you once you've booked your slot on the self-scheduling app, go over to the services, and at the bottom there's a PayPal link. You can either click the button, or you can go on to, or you can rip the link that's on there and go on there. So yes, back to should you divorce. It looks like it's coming faster than you imagine, and I kind of get the feeling that you are in a situation where women don't tend to get the best deal of things. I don't know why, but that's the feeling that I'm getting. Gather your support system, gather your support network, and speak to the people that you love and care for most. Because it looks like you're gonna, it's gonna be quite a bumpy ride of it. So, with that said, my lovelies, I'm sorry that I can't get around to all of you, but as I said, I've got this ear infection and I'm really not feeling great. This has absolutely given me a buzz. I feel like I'm on top of the moon. And all of your support for the website and stuff is just amazing. I can't believe it. Thank you so, so much. You guys are the best. I hope to do another live read soon. In fact, let's put this in place now. So from here on in, I can't do this month because I'll be on holiday. But what we're going to do is the third Sunday of the month, we are going to SMG, you and me. The third Sunday of the month, I'm gonna do a live read every month consecutively. From here on in, I'm gonna do a live read for an hour. We're going to go at it and we'll get all of your, as many of your questions answered as possible. Thank you all so much for all of your support. Head over to www.radiantreality.com. I'm so happy and so proud to finally be able to say that. Take care. I will see you all very soon. And I wish you all an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance itself. Thank you so much for all of your patience and all of your support. It truly means the world. Mwah!